Tenet was directed by Christopher Nolan, well, written and directed by Christopher Nolan, and stars John David Washington, y'all know from Black Klansman, and Robert Pattinson, who is in the Twilight films, and also he will be in the new Batman movie that comes out in 2021, which that's exciting. So in this movie, so in the film we have, so I heard the plot was a little bit confusing at some time, but I'm gonna get into the plot for a little bit. So in this movie we have a secret agent who's going on a dangerous time bending mission to prevent the start of World War III. So this movie is so this movie has been delayed a couple of times. When I first saw the trailer for this movie, I was like, oh my god, I definitely do want to go see this movie. But due to the pandemic, the movie has been delayed a couple of times. The movie was going to come out in July, now in August, now it's been delayed again. Now the movie is now in theaters. I didn't watch this movie in theaters, so I decided to watch the movie on the Fire Stick. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going back to the movies until next year when things hopefully will get better, and that's it. So how was this movie? This movie is fine. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love this movie. This movie is good. This is a great movie, but the plot of this movie is so confusing at some times, which um, it is very confusing. I did watch some movie reviewers, and they said the plot is a little bit confusing. It's a little bit confusing, and I say, yeah, I feel like this. I feel like the plot. I think the plot is confusing. I mean, like, can you not make the plot confusing? I mean, this movie was written in. I mean, basically, Christopher Nolan with his films, he does a really good job with his movies, like Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises, and Inception. And we haven't seen Christopher Nolan probably since Batman Begins. I haven't seen that. We haven't seen him for a very long time. It's been a while. I think he did. I think he did Batman Begins or something like that. Because all I know is I think the movies he did was The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises and Inception. I believe. I think. Yeah. Well, anyway. So the movie is. This is a time-bending movie where it takes us like backwards, forwards, over and over in the action. So with the action sequences, when you look at the action sequences, it actually like rewinds back and forward, like fast a little bit forward. Um, so I love the action. The action sequences are terrific, but it's just a time bending movie, which I know. So the movie does a little bit. This movie does look like Mission Impossible meets Inception because it does. So the best part of this movie is John David Washington from Black Klansman, and he's actually really good in this movie. He is great. His fighting skills are terrific. I actually, so his performance is terrific. The action of he did great. And Robert Pattinson, he's so Robert Pattinson is terrific in this movie as well, and that's all. Not so much. So the story for this movie, and so basically in this review, it ain't gonna be nothing much to say about the review anyway, because the movie can get a little bit confusing at sometimes. I mean, Christopher Nolan, I understand he does really good with his films. Like the Batman movie, like, yeah, the Dark Knight trilogy films, and Inception. Those are great movies. But Inception was almost this close to being a little bit of a confusing film. But with his Batman movies, like, yeah, Christopher Nolan, what I'm talking about, his Batman movies are terrific. I love the Batman movies. Those movies aren't confusing, and Inception was a little bit confusing. With Tenet, I think it's more confusing than Inception is, or Inception is more confusing than I feel like Inception is more confusing than Tenet is right now. But this is a for me, the movie actually made my eyes like roll back and forth, because due to the time, like going fast forward, back, like forwards, backwards, fast, well, like something like that. And I'm like, oh my, I'm like, okay. It kind of makes me dizzy at sometimes, but the thing about the film, Christopher Nolan, I think he's one of the best directors. Well, not really the best director. I mean, every director is not perfect, which I understand, but I think he could have done something else besides. I mean, with the film, I mean, with this movie, he could have done something else besides time bending. I mean, this is a time bending movie that takes us backwards, forwards, backwards and forwards over and over again. Like when you see the when I first saw the trailer for the movie, I was like, I'm definitely was looking forward to seeing this movie, but with all the time bending, like going backwards and forwards over and over again, it's just sometimes can be like look at you like you're looking at this you're looking at the time bending like, okay, you're making my eyes, you're making me dizzy, you're making my head go round and round in circles over and over again, like you're making my eyes just like turn around in circles over and over again. um but this is a but so for the special but I love the special effects. When I love the special effects of the movie. Well, not really special effects. The CGI, the special effects are terrific, and mostly the I think that's I ain't gonna be not so much to say anyway. So though, yeah, this movie is a little bit confusing, a little bit. So when I first saw this movie's like a 2 hour long movie. This is a 2 hour long movie. This movie is like 2 hours long, like a 2 hour, like, I think the movie is like 2 hours and 30 something minutes. But I have been wanting to see this movie for so long. I get Warner Brothers had delayed this movie a few times, which actually did pissed off fans, well, moviegoers actually, including myself. Um, but the only thing what they could have done with the story is not make it a little bit confusing. Make the time bending, make this time bending movie not confusing. Like, understand what's going on. Without you rolling your eye back and forth, talking about my eyes are dizzy because due to the time bending over and over and over and over again. I mean, but yeah. So I actually enjoyed this movie a lot, and there's nothing much to say about this movie review. I understand. I mean, to me, I mean, I actually love my favorite scene of the movie is the chase scene. I love the chase scenes, and this movie, I'm not gonna give anything away, because yeah, I was gonna say, where was I? The chase scene. So the chase scene of the movie, I love the chasing scene when I love the chasing scene in the movie that we saw in the trailer. When one of the cars broke, and went backwards, car fixes again, like the car prepared itself. When and I'm looking like, oh, okay, that is cool, but I mean this. I mean, a little bit, but with this movie, this is a little bit like Doctor Strange without the magic. Like, if you guys seen Doctor Strange, like, I think Doctor Strange was a little bit of a time bending movie, a little bit. With this movie, this is more of a time bending movie. I feel like this movie was a little bit confusing than Inception is right now, um, but because by the time this movie comes out on DVD, I'm definitely gonna get it. I'm gonna either get it on DVD or Blu-ray. I mean, so. That's all I gotta say. John David Washington and Robert Pattinson are great in the movie, and also we did get Michael Caine in the movie. He's great in the movie as well. And I was like, who put Alfred in this movie? Who put what's Robert Pattinson's character's name? Jacob or Edward, whatever his name is. I was like, so who put Edward from Twilight in this movie? Who put Black Klansman in this movie? Which I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I think what Christopher Nolan could have done with this movie is not make it more confusing with the time bending stuff going on. I think what he could have done with the movie is just what he could have done with the movie is not make it more confusing. He could have been like, yeah, I'm just gonna make it a little bit not confusing, but yeah, the plot sometimes can be a little bit confusing. The story can be a little bit confusing, but this is a terrific movie. A lot of moviegoers, I think moviegoers are gonna go back to the movies to go see this. But with me, but like I said, I'm not going back to the movies until next year. Hopefully, when things get better. So that's all I gotta say. So there's nothing much to say about this movie review anyway. So I think that's all I gotta say for this movie review. And I'm a little bit late on this review, and I apologize about that. So that's all I gotta say for this movie review of Tenet. And Tenet is a great movie, but the movie could have, the things I mean, the time. I mean, even though this is a time bending movie, and I understand that, but the time bending stuff of the time bending of this movie could have been fixed up a little bit. But I think that's all I gotta say for this movie review. For Tenet, and that's all I gotta say. So be sure to like, subscribe, press the notification button, follow me on Instagram, comment down below, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you for watching.